Chandler McIntosh is a future Hog, him getting to the hill in uphill battle since infancy. His lifelong goal realized at the 11th hour. A dream he thought would slip through the cracks, being an Arkansas Razorback.
I would say I was kind of mentally frustrated. I knew something wasn't, normal about me.
We really didn't know until he didn't talk. My mom was probably one of the first that said, "This is not right."
He would just come, sit next to you, and just kind of just enjoy your presence. And if he wanted something, he'd point to it.
And you look at your kid and he's frustrated because everybody is talking around him. We took him to doctors and they said it was a global developmental delay in his speech. They told us that there was a school in the Heights, the Allen School.
The Allen School is a place that serves children with special needs from 6 weeks to 5 years of age.
So we enrolled him there.
My first school I attended, which was Francis Allen, I remember doing tongue exercises with these popsicle sticks to, my tongue was weak. I'll just kind of make noises, or I'll try and do sign language.
The more and eat and, different things like that they taught him.
And my parents, they didn't know sign language, so it's kind of like, a little barrier kind of.
A couple years later, he began to talk.
I feel like I was socially awkward. Here I am just now learning how to talk, and people have been talking for, years before me.
He's saying little bitty things, one word at a time, and it made him aggressive.
When I first started playing football, you weren't supposed to tackle because obviously it was flag football, but a lot of times I found myself tackling because, just a way for me to leave my frustration.
He didn't follow the rules too well. He was tackling, and he did a pretty good job. That's when you go, man, this kid can play.
0 yards on the play. Back on the play, number 30, Chandler McIntosh.
I could always tell he had something special about him.
Kind of still affects me today. I didn't really express my emotions. Going out there on the football field, just being able to go out there and tackle, hit people. The other team, they don't know me personally. You're behind the mask in a sense that no one really knows who you are. They just see you out there running around. So it kind of helped me express myself.
Why be a Hog? He's a born and raised Arkansan. Enough said.
Just being from here, seeing it everywhere. From being in the mall, you see the little kiosks, you see Razorbacks. It just makes you feel attached to it, in a certain way.
We took him to a first Razorback game. We had him calling the pigs. He thought it was ridiculous until he felt like he was the only one that wasn't doing it.
We don't have a professional football team, so it's kind of like, if you are from here, you want to go play football, you kind of want to play for the Razorbacks. It's not something, or even in high school, it's not something that you really think that you're just going to be able to do. It's unbelievable to imagine yourself like, oh, well, I might be able to be on a video game or something like that, or being one of those guys that were on the big screen. In middle school, I wouldn't have a lot of the things that some of the other kids would have. So, I'll look over, I'll see a couple kids, pointing at me or something because I don't have the latest shoes or something like that. With my dad sometimes, we were sitting one day in the living room and the lights had cut off. We got rallies one night and he only got me something because he couldn't afford himself to, So I noticed he wasn't eating and man, this kind of bothers me. But, I offer him some of my food, because it's my dad.
It was tough, man. And so, he's been with me when things weren't great. It was tough days that, you come home and you forget to pay your bill or don't have the money to pay your bill, and he holds on, he's never complained, he just fights through. You can't tell him what he can't do.
I had someone tell me, I wasn't an SEC type player.
And so he was told that he didn't go to junior day because he wasn't SEC material.
I wasn't that type of player, and if I was, they would be coming to me already.
That drove him, that pushed him.
In my 11th grade year, towards the end, I ended up transferring over to Joe T. Robinson. That was just a whole new atmosphere. It felt great being here.
When you come in with that sense of urgency, his senior season, he didn't have a lot of film to fall back on from his sophomore and junior years. He had a dream, so he came in and fit in with the family.
His goal at the beginning of the season was 200 tackles. I thought it was ridiculous. You start looking at the stats every Friday. 15 tackles, 20 tackles, 24 tackles.
I ended up finishing with 213 tackles.
That's a state record.
He led the state in tackles in all classifications.
This year, he just blew me away.
You tell your kids if they do all these things, then all these schools are going to come.
After the season was kind of like a dead period with him recruiting. That kind of made me doubtful.
It's like you lied to him because you told him if you go out here and you do all these things, man, you're gonna have all these schools calling and coming, and that's not the case.
Am I not good enough, or am I not, made to play college football? Is there something else I'm supposed to be doing? In December, January, I started thinking about, okay, well, I could probably go be a police officer, I could go join the military. I had some options here and there, but I was like, I want to be a Razorback. I want to be a Razorback. Am I gonna be a Razorback? Am I gonna be a Razorback? So I was kind of always had that in the back of my mind.
I didn't really know what it meant to him. You know what I mean? You don't really know because he doesn't really say a lot.
I wouldn't necessarily just say depressed, but you kind of feeling like down about it.
We just tell them to keep faith. Just keep working hard, control what you can control, and it works out great sometimes.
He knows we were there for him, we were riding for him, we had his back and everything.
I told my brother, Jordan, I was saying I'm probably like real close to him, like me and him are like this, and I texted him. I was on the phone with him, but I couldn't tell him, in words. I was like, I don't know. I was like, I honestly don't know if I'm gonna be able to go play college football.
He just wasn't sure about the whole thing. I just told him to calm down, everything's gonna work out.
He told me, he was like, you're gonna do it, you're gonna do it. That's all he kept telling me, you was gonna do it. And I still was like, I don't know, Jordan. I honestly don't know. I don't think I am. I didn't have any belief at the time. I kind of ran out of hope in a sense because it was just getting so closer to signing day.
The season was over and he hadn't achieved his goal yet, and he had coaches still working for him.
Coach Maupin pulled him to the side and said, hey man, this is what's going on.
He asked me, he was like, well, would you be interested in going to, JUCOs or being a preferred walk-on for Arkansas? So as soon as he said Arkansas, I was like, Arkansas, yes, please help me.
Arkansas was kind of late to the party, but with the new coaching staff, when they watched film, they realized this kid's got potential.
I was gonna be in contact with Coach Rhodes. So, I was kind of waiting. And then one day I ended up calling him.
Coach Rhodes reached out to him and asked him why would he want to be a Razorback.
I probably talked to him for about 15 minutes. And he told me that he would get back to me in a couple weeks.
And then you hear this little silence.
I was praying to God. I was like, God, please let him, call me back or get back to me. Literally the week before signing day. When he got back to me, he ended up telling me, I was gonna be on my official visit to Fayetteville. I was overwhelmed. As I was talking, I kind of looked around, I looked at my family, I was like, it kind of just hit me then. I was like, we really did it. Me being here to be able to go play for Arkansas.
To see him sitting there filled with emotion and him getting to put on that Razorback red, it was just an amazing feeling. Just he's be able to live out his dream.
To be a dad, that's probably my greatest moment, is to see my kids' dream come true. If I never live another day, I'm happy.
My whole life, I was told, I wasn't gonna be able to do something. Me coming all the way from Francis Allen.
And those people are so special that they made it last week. The teachers and the students, 15 years ago, that they come up with this stuff and they don't forget. He's gonna wear an Allen shirt maybe under his Razorback uniform.
Kind of like tears of joy. This felt like a relief,
Robinson High School signing class.
He made it. You don't have to live in $1 million home to say you've made it.
Being a preferred walk-on means Chandler won't be on a football scholarship.
I didn't know what it cost to go to Arkansas. Summer school, you're talking about 40 grand. But
all he needs is the opportunity.
I'm gonna bet on it.
People might think I'm kind of crazy saying this, but I'm actually glad that it was a preferred walk-on because I feel like that's gonna push me to have to work harder. Just do everything 10 times harder than I would have before. So when I finally do achieve my goal, I feel like it's gonna make that much more better for myself.
When he came in here in January, he was joining a really good football team, and so he had to prove himself. And he's gonna have to do the same thing at Arkansas.
I'm gonna bet on mine, and he's gonna win. He learned how to talk, he learned how to tackle, and he learned how to be a good person.
Your little brother's got something, so just knowing and having that feeling, that good feeling about him, I'm just happy for him.
I can't even put into words how excited I am. I literally think about that every day. I have like on my little Razorback stuff, and it's kind of like I look at that every day. I kind of imagine myself actually working out, being on the field in practice, actually going out there and be able to play. Just been thinking about the future, just ready to get out there.
You know, just the emotion you saw on signing day. First time he puts that Razorback on that head and puts that jersey on that says Arkansas across the top, I don't care if it's in practice and shorts. That blood's going to be pumping, and he's going to give everything he's got because he's from here. He's loved the Hogs his whole life, and now his dream's going to come true, and he's going to give every ounce he's got to make that team a winner.